Hey everyone, I just wanted to share a quick message this Tuesday. And basically, what I want to talk about is a story that I heard that my uncle actually told me that kind of built my curiosity about the way we filter things. So, the way we perceive life, the way we look at different situations in our life actually matters. So, for those of you who have had good times, bad times, in the end, it's really kind of how we look at it. So your mind has a filter that's created through your past, because of your family, because of the books you've read, different things like that. And now you perceive the world differently. So two people could see the same thing, but for some reason, because of your pre-notions, your beliefs, your philosophies, you look at it differently. And those two people live a different life. One of them could be very happy, one of them could be sad, same situation. So my thing is, I heard this story and it really just got to me, and I realized what happiness is. Happiness comes from service. So if you want to be a happy person, I would highly recommend to find a way to serve the many. So, for example, that's one of the things they tell you. And if you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, which I never went to, but I've heard that one of the main things they tell you to do is to go out there and serve. That's what, like, they have these 10 sort of steps to recovery. And one of them is to serve, to go across the street, talk to your neighbor, and find some way to serve them. So this story, it's actually very interesting. It basically has to do with an older monk and I guess someone who's looking up to him. And what this older monk said was, hey, I want to show you something very interesting. I want to show you how heaven and hell are actually on this earth. So obviously the young student is very, very curious and wants to know what he's talking about. And he says, why don't you just follow me? So they go to a little hut. It's like a circular hut. And they go there and they find inside the hut, it's a circular one, they go inside, and inside there's a bowl, like a huge bowl, almost looks like a pool. And there's all this rice in there. And they have a bunch of people there that have these spoons that are tied to their arms. So I want you to picture these people with large spoons, like bigger than life spoons. And they're all really angry, really upset, very just bitter. And all of them are around in a circular sort of fashion. And they're taking these spoons and they're trying to feed themselves, but they can't because these are just way too long. So every time they try to go towards their mouth, the rice ends up going over their head or goes, like on their shirt. So it just wasn't compatible with these huge spoons. And so everyone was upset. Everyone was angry. And it was misery. And he says, you know what this is? And he said, no. He said, well, this is hell. This is hell on earth. And then he said, oh, okay. So he says, why don't you follow me? We're going to go somewhere else. So they go somewhere else. And then he says, I want to show you heaven on earth. He says, okay, cool. Like, let me see it. And then he takes him to a similar hut. Actually looks the same size, everything. Same format. So then he says, wait, is this the same one? He's like, no. This is different. And so he's okay. So then the master walks him in there, and he sees the same bowl. It's a huge bowl, and there's rice in it. And guess what? The people, what do they have? Huge spoons on their arms. And then, but everyone was kind of a nicer looking face. Everyone was happier. Everyone was content and satisfied. There was a great feeling in the room. And what was the difference? They were using that huge spoon to serve the person next to them. So instead of feeding themselves, they figured out that this is so long that it would only work if they actually just fed the person next to them, and everyone was feeding each other. So everyone was content and their bellies were full. And so that was heaven. So moral of the story is that we can make a heaven or a hell for any one of us. It all has to do with our perception in our mind. And so my thing is, I like to become an inverse paranoid. Inverse paranoid means that today choose the idea that God or the universe or whoever's up there is doing something great for you every single day. And even though they come up in trials, in the end of it, you became a better person. So in the end, it was for your good. And then if there was a gift for you or a surprise for you, it was also for your good. So technically, it's someone that's always trying to give you good. And by doing that, you perceive things differently. You see things differently. You're never a victim. Nothing's ever really tragic. It's different. And so and the way we do that for other people who don't know this philosophy is we serve them. And when we serve them, they also start perceiving their reality differently. So we can make a heaven, we can make a hell on this earth. All we have to do is, number one, know that the universe is conspiring for us, not against us. And the second thing is finding a way to serve the many. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and look forward to sharing another message next week. Take care. Bye-bye.